Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and a weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, let's see. I finished the week. I didn't do that good this week. Barely finished green. Let's see, 8 wins, 6 losses for a win rate of 57.14%. That's probably my lowest I've ever had. But I also didn't trade that much. So I just didn't like a lot of stuff. I just didn't like a lot of the action and like the way things were looking. I just didn't trade, and I just haven't been doing too good the last couple of weeks. I don't like VIX down here at $12 and SPY ripping up. I've been doing this for too long, and every time VIX is like this, out of the blue, out of nowhere, SPY will just have a massive rug pull. Right in the middle of the day, the end of the day, mid-morning, it will just happen out of the blue. There'll be a perfectly timed headline out of nowhere that will drive the market down, and it hasn't hit yet. And to me, I just felt like it was too risky to play calls, and it's just obviously it's too risky to play puts too. So you just can't really do too much, and if you don't time your puts just right or time the plays just right, you end up taking a loss. You get fake outs. It's just been really really hectic the last couple of days. So with that said, Friday, not Friday, but Sunday night, Monday morning, VIX gapped up. I should have known that was a telltale, because when VIX gaps up, it usually loses its momentum and its gains over in the morning, and SPY ends up popping. I should have just known that from the get-go. I just didn't. I don't know why I did what I did, but I took 2 trades on Monday, 2 losses. Actually, let's look at the trade ideas room. The 11th, I said 459, puts at a 459.50, which is down, what, 459.50? Did I get the wrong day here? Oh, yeah, right here. 459.50 is down here. Pre-market lower day. First candle is green, second candle is red, third candle is green, but it came right underneath the bodies of these candles, and that's where I was looking to get in. I got the 45.95 puts at 520. I got them right there, and then it popped, and it just kept going. So there was loss number 1. Then I took play number 2 at 257. I waited. I think 257 is right here. Yeah, right here. You get all this consolidation. You get the red, green, red, and it's starting to make a lower high. Then when it finally breaks below this 461.50 area, I grab puts. I grab the 46.20 puts at $4, and as soon as I get in, it pops up and grinds. And there's there's loss number 2. Just VIX gapped up over 13 on Monday morning, and it's under 13 to me. It just felt like it was just too risky to buy calls. But I mean, even if I bought calls, it was a slow grind up. Theta just was doing a number. I think the only good play right here probably would have been right around here, the 461 area, but I didn't like it. VIX was too low. Then let's see, on Tuesday, traded his room. SPY puts in a 461, which is right. 461 is down here at this pivot right here. Actually, this high. Right there, it's actually a little bit of a pivot. It's rejecting right there, and it's being support right here. So this is a tiny pivot, but more or less it's rejecting this area, and I figured 461 was a good area if it dropped below. First 10-minute candle was red. It didn't take it. Oh yeah. Before I get into that, I did take SPY puts right here because VIX was so low. I took SPY puts overnight, and idiotic me, I forgot all about it. I didn't. I just totally spaced out that I had SPY puts because I had the SPY puts I held overnight, 462, one at 154, and it ended up dropping. And I could have sold. I just forgot all about it. I was too focused on the SPX pre-market play we had going, and I spaced out on the SPY puts. It didn't. They weren't really that green. I think they only went to like 180 if I remember correctly, but they ended up taking a loss on that. So there's another loss right there. But that loss is my doing for not paying attention. But the trade ideas room, the SPX pre-market play, definitely made up for that loss. So I don't care about that. But yeah, I kind of felt stupid. I think I remember like halfway in the day, I was like, oh crap, I still have SPY. And I was like, yeah, it was not very good. So yeah, I did a dumb moment right there. I think that's probably one of the dumbest things I've done probably in a long time. And then, let's see, I did take SPX puts at 1206, which is right here. Same kind of idea as over here, except I got a little bit more of a play and got out of it. So I got the 46.25 puts at 510. They went to 580. Not much of a play. So, and it just did the same thing. It just dropped a little bit, then it just continued to grind up. Dropped a little bit, except for this time I got out quick. I got the 50 cents and got out, and it did the same thing. It just popped. Then we had the bond auction. I took a strangle at the bond auction. I took the 46.30 puts at $5 and the 46.30 calls at $5.50. I was able to get a nice strangle at 1 o'clock, which is right here. So I took a loss on the puts, and I managed to, the calls went from $5.50 to $6. I mean, it didn't work out. The last 30-year auction, we had a huge move, and of course this time we didn't. But normally we haven't been getting them. It's just been the last few months we have been getting strong movement on the bond auctions, but normally we don't really see too much. But lately it's been having a toll, and we've been seeing movement. So, of course, this one was a dud. And that just, another loss right there. I just have taken way too many losses in 2 days. I took, 4 losses in 2 days? That's just ridiculous. I'm just not doing good in this environment. So, hopefully the environment turns soon. If VIX wasn't so low, I'd have a different perspective. And I just... looking at it the wrong way, and sometimes it's just better off just not to look at VIX, but you have to know where VIX is, because VIX does not like staying down, even though it stayed down for like 3 weeks in a row. But if you look at the VIX's history, it does not like staying down for 3 consecutive weeks. It's going to pop either this week or next week, and which goes into my thesis about popping after Christmas. So we'll go over that on the watch list. But anyways, the bond auction was a dud. Didn't go anywhere. That's kind of depressing. Then at 352, I took calls, which is right here. Right when it broke high a day. No, 352. Yeah, right when it broke high a day, I took the 46.40 calls at 205. They went from 205 to 380. So that ended up being a nice little play. So I was happy to get a good play out of that. Wednesday, FOMC, did I even put it? Yeah, I did. I put SPY puts under 464.50, which is right here. They're all the lows of the pre-market and overnight on, this is FOMC, by the way. And I didn't play anything. I waited to FOMC. And FOMCs, the last few FOMCs have been duds. They haven't been doing anything. And of course, this one was a very, very, very strong mover. I had the 46.60 calls at 640, and I had the 46.25 puts at 480. Usually SPY, we get 3 or 4 moves on FOMC day. The first move's the wrong move, then you get the real actual move, then you get the power move, then you get the end of the day move. And lately, the FOMCs have been duds, and even when they haven't been duds, it's just been a straight shot move. There hasn't been any fake outs or one way than the other. It's just been, if it goes up, it's straight up. If it goes down, it's straight down. There's no back and forth. It's impossible to play. And when SPY FOMCs have been duds and they're running, the last thing you want to do is chase. So yeah, the calls I had at 640, and I ended up selling them right around $10 or something. I don't remember exactly, $9.50, $10. So I barely went red on the FOMC play, and I think I sold literally right near high a day, because I wasn't expecting that, because the last few FOMCs we haven't even been getting even a dollar move, let alone whatever this was, $6 move, which was crazy. So when I sold at like 9.50 or 10, whatever it was, I thought I like hit the top. I was like, yeah, I got out good. Now we're gonna dump. But no, I just ripped and ripped and ripped. I think these calls went to like $30. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was like $30. But yeah, I mean, look at this massive green candle, all because we're cutting rates, and the market just is like, acts like a toddler, because it's not thinking that, it doesn't think with logic that rate cuts are not good, especially in a so-called strong economy, because you've got the government and the Feds going around telling everybody how strong the economy is, but yet they're cutting rates to battle inflation, and because the economy is too strong, so they say. So, but yeah, in reality, the economy is not strong. The economy is weak, and so when you had cut rates, traditionally, historically, that once the rates start coming in, are getting cut, we go into a recession, and the market takes a massive haircut. So I don't know why the market and the participants are very excited about rate hikes, but whatever. I was not expecting this. This was just a complete overreaction, at least I thought at the time. And I took the calls, like I said. I thought I got a good sell, but it was chicken scratch compared to what it actually went to. But it's always easy to look after the fact to say, I should have just held it. But you don't know that. You go based on history, and the history's been, FOMC's been duds. You barely get a dollar move out of it, $2 if you're lucky. And when you have a strong move, I mean, you're basically conditioned on dud FOMC plays. So when a strong one comes, you're just blown away. You just don't know what to do. You don't even know how to trade it. And you think that if you bought 467, you're like, that's way too extended. You're chasing it. And if you did that in the last FOMCs, you would have got burnt. So you just, hindsight's 2020. So what I thought was a home run or a good play ended up being even a bigger play than what it was. So then it took puts at 310, which is right here, right when it peaked out at it went to 470, almost 471, but it started to have this tail candle. Right when it got below 470 is where I took puts. I took the 4,700 puts at 490. They dropped a little bit. What did I get them at? 310. Yeah, I got them right in this candle. Then I sold them for what? Yeah, they went from 490 to 610. Then when they pop back up, I don't think you can really see in here that it popped back up before it dropped more. So I got it here, sold, and it popped up a little bit for dropping more. I reloaded and got the 4,700 puts again at 470 this time instead of 490, and they went to 790 on the rest of that drop. So it ended up being a good play. So very, very small red play, very, very tiny red play on FOMC, but the rest of the day on SPX was good. I didn't want to chase calls. I just waited. And I was thinking, okay, 470, if this gets rejected, which overshot it and came back down, if it came back underneath 470, that's when I was taking it. So I was not afraid to take it. So I took it and reloaded and ended up being a good play. So on to Thursday, I didn't put anything in the trade eddies room. I don't know. I just, I might have spaced out. Who knows? So just the way my week's been going, I just spaced out, I think. So puts, first 10 minute candles green. I was thinking this was topping out. We were going to drop. Massive doji wick candle right here on this. Tried to break out, got slapped. Tried to break out again, got slapped. And when it came back down and broke below the body and the wick of this candle, I took puts right here. I took the 4720 puts at 730, and then went from 730 to 980. That ended up being a good play. Then I took puts again at 1255, which is right here, right in this candle. I chased this candle. I think I bought down here. Maybe I bought through. No, I think I bought when it went underneath VWAP. I think I remember saying if it gets underneath 472.50 under VWAP, I'd take it. And I did. I took the 47.25 puts at 550, and they went from 550 to $30.60, which if you held all the way through, which was like a 500% play. And no one was ready for that drop. The way we've been going lately is all the drops have been massively getting bought. I mean, every red candle bought. I mean, this thing hasn't had any meaningful pullback at all. I mean, it had a little bit of a pullback, but had to give some of this back from FOMC. It didn't have to. I mean, it didn't. I mean, it dropped and it got bought back up again, which was crazy. And so this was just kind of crazy that we had such a strong downside move, considering that the algos have been all on top of it, keeping it up, propping it up. But yeah, it finally did drop. Then I tried to decide to buy calls at 351, which is right here. I'm not quite sure what happened. I bought the 47.15 calls at 370, and it ended up being a loss. I would say I got it right here, right over the 471.65 area, but had a nice little pop. So they went from. I got it at 370, but I took it as a loss at $2. I'm not quite sure how I managed to do that. Maybe it just popped and came back down, and it stopped out and it raged, or it pulled back and I stopped out and then it raged. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened that day, but yeah, that is another loss right there. So not happy about that. So then on Friday, this is what I say. Traded is SPY puts in the 469.50, which is right here at this low, and obviously this candle came right down to that low. This area right here I was looking at, but I rounded down to the nearest 50 cents, and it broke that in pre-market before it even opened. First 10-minute candles red, didn't break lower day, and rejected higher day twice, and it finally broke. Then it got the pre-market high in the 200 EMA, which is the purple line, rejected. I did take puts at 11.56, which is right here. Here? Yeah, here. Yeah, I took it there apparently. I can see why. You get a nice little setup right here. You get the body, the wick, the body, the body, and the wick. Right here, all lining up. Nice, perfect little lineup. So when I broke below it, I took the puts. I took the 47.20 puts at 670, and they went from 670 to 980. I think I held all the way through here. Yeah, I held all the way through here, and it dropped right there. Then I took puts again at 136, which is right here. 138, right here. It dropped down below VWAP, it made a little bear flag, rejected the 20 EMA and VWAP, and it came back down once it broke below the body, and the wick of this candle, which is the, in the body of this candle, which is 469.35-ish. I took puts. I took the 47.20 puts again at $9. I remember saying this. I had it loaded, and it was more expensive than I thought, and I didn't have a chance to change the strike, or I would have ended up missing the play. And I just jumped in at $9, and they went from $9 to $16. So that ended up being a good play. Anyways, very tough week with VIX. Hopefully something happens this week. I cannot stand VIX being this low. I just do not like it. You guys can trade the calls all you want. You don't have to do what I'm doing at all. I've just been doing this for so long, and I've seen these rug pulls. I've been in them. I've been part of them, and it's going to be a violent rug pull. The question is, I don't know when, or why, or what's going to cause it, but it's going to end up happening. But until then, it's just going to be. Hopefully, I can just do a little better next week. So that's going to do it for the recap, and hopefully next week is a lot better. Oh, this week coming up, because today is Sunday. So anyways, thanks for watching.